parallel universe, if you will, that would be contained within the same sphere that the rest of the timelines are contained in.
Hi everybody, Bella Fairies here. I wanted to share a couple of spells with you. One that I've done and one that I will do in the next video using one of these pink Himalayan salt lamps. It came in really handy. The spell I'm going to show you is a return to sender, send it back spell. What happened was the day before Christmas Eve, I had a customer. What happened was I worked at customer service desk and someone had returned some cookies from the bakery that were covered in powdered sugar. There was powdered sugar all in the container and it ended up getting spilled behind the counter. Well, per our policy, you have to clean it up immediately. If there's something spilled in the aisle, someone has to stand there with that spill until you see an employee and tell the employee to go get the cleaning products. You have to stay with it. So I cleaned it up really quick. Took maybe 60 seconds. And when I got back, my next customer was like, you could have waited to do that. I mean, he cussed me out, and there was 30. I'm telling you, there was a line of people all the way down the aisle beside customer service waiting on me, and he was yelling at me, cussing me out in front of these people, saying, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. And then I went and got his cigarettes he asked me for, and he comes back, he's like, no, I'm gonna cuss her out some more. And so he kept reaming. I mean, he was so absolutely rude. I have never in my life, and if you've seen my previous video, my shadow work video, you know I've been through a lot in my life. No one has ever spoken to me like that. And because of our policy in the store that I work at, we are not allowed to say anything back or anything negative. So he got the manager. The manager's like, whatever, I'll take care of it, which I did not get in trouble. The manager told me I did everything right, and come to find out, he is known for doing this to cashiers at my store. He is called one of my good friends a bagger. He is Middle Eastern, a spick. So I was like, you know what? When I got home, I wanted to send it back to him. I usually don't do stuff like this. I believe in doing positive work, but I also believe you should stand up for yourself. And when someone is nasty like that, they need a taste of their own medicine. So you need 3 ingredients for the actual spell. I use my carnation spell, which I do not consider an ingredient or an item, because you do not have to have this for the spell. But you can watch my carnation oil video on how to make this, either with fresh, or you can use dried in the oil, let it sit in the sun for a few weeks. Okay, just a little side note there. So I put this on, I have a little tea light black candle. So the 3 things you need is a tea light black candle, the pink Himalayan sea salt thing, or if you don't have this, put it on a plate and surround it with salt. Okay, and I'll tell you why I like the salt in a minute. And then you need cayenne pepper. Those are the ingredients for a spell. Oh, wait, I lied. You need 5 because you need paper and a pen. Okay, so it's a really simple spell. You can get all this stuff from the dollar store. I like to do stuff you can get from the local store. If you don't have a black candle, you can use white, but put your intention, this is return to sender. This is going to, be returned to somebody. And it doesn't have to be black. I just prefer black because of the symbolic nature that black is used, for return to sender spells. At least for me anyways. So what I did was I got this candle, and I prayed. I was hurting. He made me cry in front of people, embarrassed me. And I didn't cry because, he hurt my feelings, which of course it did, but I was crying because of the anger I had to withhold in myself, and I could not tell him how I felt. And I put all that into here, and I called upon, I have been, I don't want to say working with the Morgan, but I feel like she's been a presence. It's just something that I know. I can explain it, but I called upon her with this. I have a feather that I had with me when I did this. I feel like she gifted me. And I called upon her to aid me in this, because she is my shield and my sword when need be. And I just put my intention that however he cut me, he will be cut times 3. And I said that 3 times, and I put all of my hurt and what he did to me into this candle to be sent to him for him to feel it. And I took my fingernail and I put the Thor rune in. It's like you go like this and like that. I put that in there, and I put return in here, and I put hurt, I put cut. I mean, I just, I was really upset, so I just, do whatever feels right to you, whatever that person did to you. I mean, you can just do little symbols. You don't have to do that at all. Then I took the carnation oil. I'm not going to do this again, but carnation oil, I rubbed it in a counterclockwise motion. You can do it clockwise to send it up. Counterclockwise, this is right to me. I put a dash of cayenne pepper. This is bought from the dollar store. I dashed it on there. I lit it, and I put it over in here, okay, and then I put my intention into this, okay, and I like to have a white candle burning with this just to keep the negative from, entering my atmosphere. And that's why I like the pink Himalayan sea salt. I feel like when I'm doing return to sender, I like to surround it with salt to keep it going where it needs to go and to not come into my atmosphere and into my home. And that's just why I like to use this. You don't have to, like I said, you can surround it with salt or not do it at all if you feel like that's not something you're worried about. But for me, it just made me feel safe with me not doing works like this very often, that this was going to him. I was protected. Salt is the purest, ingredient, one of the purest ingredients we can use as far as protection. It's used across all religions for millennia. So, and I lit it and I let it burn. And what I did was, there's no particular order to do this. Just do whatever writes to you. On this paper, I wrote what I wrote on here. I wrote, I said, you will be cut as you cut me times 3. And I wrote it 3 times. And then diagonally this way, I signed my name, my first and last name. And then this way on top, I put because I didn't know his name. So I put the guy who, I forgot how I put it, who embarrassed me at the store that I worked at 3 times across. I used 3. I tried to make 3 into this as much as possible. It just felt really right to me. I folded it away from myself 3 times this way, and then I turned it and folded 3 times. I set it under this. Now, I did this 3 nights in a row. I kept the same paper under here. I would replace the black. I had little black ones. I did it 3 nights, like the white candle. Had the cayenne pepper on it. I repeated, I cut you as you cut, you will be cut as you cut me times 3 times, with cayenne pepper on it. Okay. And then for a couple nights afterwards, I think for 2 nights, I had a little white tea light candle I burned. I'm like, purify, keep me cleansed from the negative energy that I sent. And then last night, I don't know, I just felt like I wanted to cleanse this because I'm going to use it for, I'm a love work for, my marriage. Not that it's in trouble, just, for upkeep, which I'm going to show in my next video. But I had a those emergency white candles, you can get the 4-inch little white ones. I put my carnation oil on it, and then I put my healing oil on it, with some mint. I just like to use mint as far as cleansing and clarity, and I let it burn in here. I felt like it cleansed all of that negative energy that I sent back to that person out of this. So yeah, that was my return to sender spell that I did. Very simple. It doesn't have to be very elaborate. Of course, you can make it as elaborate as you want, but I feel like it works very well. And also, I forgot to mention, I have one of these candles right here. I got it from a smoke shop. You go to a local smoke shop. It's one of those smoke odor eliminating candles. Now, we don't smoke in my house, of course, but this is a dragon's blood candle. And the first one I had got, my father-in-law had got me. They smoke, and I had took them to get a vapor cigarette, and they had these. That's where I get it, because I smoked the I have a vapor pen. I've been really stressed lately, and I've quit smoking cigarettes for 2 years, so I like to use this when I'm stressed. And I feel like dragon's blood, the candle, of course I anoint it as a protection candle whenever I buy it. I use my carnation oil. I imbue it with protection, so that whenever it's lit, it's, it's putting out protection. And also, I think I use a nag champa incense, and I just imbued it with what I wanted it to do. Like I said, you can use whatever you want, as long as you imbue it and you put your intention for what you want it to do. It will work. But the thing is, the first night when I did this, I hurt and I cried, and I told my husband what happened. I was just so angry that someone could do that, and I'm not allowed to say anything back. But once I did this, I forgot about it. I let it go. You have to trust that the magic will do what it's going to do. And I am healed from it. I am not hurt no longer. Not to say if he comes up there and comes back, because he probably will. He's been in that store plenty of times. I probably will have someone come in. Hold on a second. And take over for me. Or I'll just have to smile and do my job. And that's okay. I'll be okay with that. Because I can't tell you doing that, whether he's hurt or not, it cleansed me in some kind of way. Just knowing that I had someone on my side, the Morgan, and I just can't tell you how I knew she was carrying this out for me. So I hope this works for you. I hope you use it to however you see fit. It worked for me. And I will be back with another video on how to use this with a love candle. Many blessings, guys. Love you. Oh, and if you like this, please like, share, and subscribe to my videos. And I will be doing that Facebook page pretty soon. If not on the 1st, it'll be a few days after. Okay? See you soon, guys.